Let's talk about authenticity. What up, ladies and gents? Your boy MikeOfAllTrades. Coming at you today with a video that it's kind of been going around lately, and it's kind of a topic of discussion. So I figured, let's talk about it. First things first, if you like what you see, what I'm saying, make sure that you destroy that like button, maybe caress it a little bit. Subscribe to the channel if you're not, and turn on notifications as we make our way to 2K. But without further ado, let's talk about it. So, you guys know, if you're in the scene or whatnot, there's always this heated debate, with the prices rising of arcade one-ups, and with the pinballs and the actual three-quarter scale cabinets, and with atgames products, and now iircade, having drastic price cuts. There's always this argument of authenticity, it used to always be in the background a lot, but it's been sparked a lot more by the release and the pre-orders of Terminator 2. Now, if you've guys seen the Terminator 2 footage, I'll probably have some on the screen right now from the trailer. It's not mounted like the game usually is. The guns don't have, I don't know if they have force feedback or not, but the actors in the video made it look like they did. You know what I mean? And more importantly, they're not mounted, so you're not leaned over like this, and you're not getting that. You know what I mean? And the cabinet's selling for $700, right? $700, three-quarter scale cabinet, 2 detachable guns, which pretty much they're holsters. You know what I mean? And so apparently there's also authenticity problems with like the side panels and whatnot of this cabinet. And so it's raised this question of, does authenticity matter in your cabinets? Or does false advertisement matter in your cabinets? Let's talk about The Simpsons for a little bit, right? UAG has a video up. If you haven't checked it out, go ahead and give it a look. It'll probably be right there. And he had the first review of The Simpsons on YouTube. Now, if you look back at the original Simpsons trailer, once again, I'll probably have it right now. The panel looks good and everything else, except the trackball is big. Like the trackball is big, like golden tea size big, right? But if you look at UAG's video and you see the trackball, it's small. Like small, okay? Like my thumb could probably just roll it, you know what I mean? And so while there wasn't Simpsons bowling on the original cabinet, you know what I mean? Like, it's more of a, if you're going to include something, does it matter if it's portrayed correctly? I know there's outrage in the community that people have pre-ordered on the premise of, like, pretty much people have bought the Simpsons cabinet to play Simpsons bowling. Like, real talk, there are many ways to play Simpsons, whether it be through MAME, RetroPie, a PC, or however else. Atgames Legends Ultimate through BYOG, or if you seek the sauce, there's plenty of ways to play this game. So people weren't really looking to play The Simpsons. I think it's more of an aesthetic thing, and I think that's where authenticity matters. I think that's where this is coming into play. People want dedicated replicas of their machines. I've said it a number of times, and I was the first person to rip apart Big Blue. But when you get Big Blue in your home, like, it's pretty much, except for that front panel, that whole front panel, I still don't understand. They probably could have removed that and put coin doors in like they're doing with the new cabinets now. But I get it. It's the poster art from the freaking referred to Champion Edition. I get it. Add it on there, make it different. But in my place, I would have rather just had the front panel with the coin door. Seeing how well these coin doors are coming out on X-Men and The Simpsons, and Turtles, and even the one for Killer Instinct that was showed in the picture by John D looks really freaking good. And yeah, so I think authenticity does matter. Now, I know it was asked on a weekly retro party if they would ever start selling these parts separately, and John D said they would go through a third party to get it done. But if you're selling the cabinets direct, why not just sell the parts direct as well? I get it to be more of a hassle, more of a headache, more for customer service to take on, etc., etc., etc. I get all that. But you want your product to be as authentic as possible, especially when you're advertising that these three-quarter scale cabinets are almost arcade perfect. You know what I mean? And they've come a hell of a long way from wave one. Let's just be real about this. Like the improvements that they're making and the improvements that you can get slight glimpses of, like the Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 Legacy cabinet. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, things are getting better. You know what I mean? But it's still one of these things where it's like, you'll be like so close, and then it just misses the mark. Just misses the mark. Papa Brad did a review on the Defenders cabinet, right? You know what I'm saying? And he talked about how, like, you know what I'm saying, how Sinistar, now while it might look good, how Sinistar needs like a 49-way stick, and it's only got an 8-way, so it's really hard to like control whatever else. Other than that, like, yo, Defender looks great. I don't buy partycades. I legit almost, well, they're sold out now, but I would have gotten one, you know what I mean? But I think that's where companies like atgames and companies like iircade, they have an advantage, because they're not trying to mimic something that's already created. The ALU Mini minus Tetris, because Tetris is skinned like Tetris. You know what I mean? The Mini and Pinball, they're skinned with their branding. Or in iircade's case, where they'll skin and let you get vinyls for certain games. Double Dragon, Retromania Wrestling, the Beach Buggy game, whatever else. Even the new one that they're only doing like 100 pre-orders for. You know, like you're able to like skin and customize your cabinet. You know, but and MVSX looks like Neo Geo. Okay, sorry, don't want to exclude that. I don't need nobody coming in my head for that. But then you have the purist. You have the purists who will only touch an authentic arcade with the CRT that weighs like 300 pounds and are like, well, these aren't these are toys, and these aren't the real deal. Da, 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 da. And from them, some of their perspectives, some of their points, they're absolutely right. You know what I mean? Terminator 2 is being made by Arcade One Up, but you can also find them in the wild. There's a Terminator 2 on my Craigslist for about $1,200 right now. Full cabinet, right? And I understand the mentality of the purist. Oh, well, you know, it's this, and you don't know how it feels to have to go and discharge your CRT and make sure that this is working and this is working, and if your board's not working correct, having to troubleshoot that, etc., etc. Like, I get all that, right? But between the parts and the maintenance and the weight and the size, you know what I mean? Like, let's be real. If I had the space, I would love to own a real authentic cab. Like, let's be real. But the thing about these toys is that they can fit in your home. You know what I'm saying? They give you the experience without the headache when it works. Okay. Like, I'll be real, like when I first got my Marvel superheroes, I couldn't even play it for the first week and a half, 2 weeks, because I had to wait for them to send me off a new monitor because the monitor was shot. And thankfully I had a good customer service experience with them. I mean, the same thing with NBA Jam, except NBA Jam was dumb, so it just got returned. Like, that's just reality, right? When it works, it's great. When they don't work, then you have to go through the headache of waiting, and now, especially with the pandemic going on and shipping and whatever else, like, you have to wait for stuff to come in. So the purist side of it, I completely understand. Like, you know, and I think a lot of the purist argument is that you don't know how it feels to go get a cab that either is in really pristine condition or in really bad condition, and you restore it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's one of the things that, you know, you kind of like to see. You know, like, I live vicariously through Retro Ralph. You know what I mean? Like, Ralph will go buy a cabinet, except for that Double Dragon that he gave to B Kong, and B Kong gave to Bobby Vu. You know what I'm saying? But, like, yo, he'll take a cabinet, like, you know what I'm saying, whether it be like the Smash TV or Mortal Kombat or the Road Runner, you know what I'm saying, And like, yo, he'll like restore it. You know what I mean? And like, I enjoy seeing that because it's like, it's such a thorough process to watch. You know what I mean? And every detail like gets touched upon. And I enjoy seeing that. As a fan of, you know what I'm saying, the arcade scene, I enjoy seeing that. Realistically, I mean, I don't own a house. So if I owned a house, yeah, maybe I'd be into that. And I think that's the other thing too. It's like having a full-size cabinet is like having a girlfriend. I mean, you got to maintain her. You got to make sure she's happy. You know what I'm saying? You got to make sure she's fed. In this case, you're feeding her with quarters. Unless you turn on free play. But I'm just saying, like, yo, like it's a lot more difficult to get into that purist scene. Because what's really pure anymore, you know? It's kind of like, yo, let's say, you know what I'm saying, you go to an auction and you'll buy a cabinet and it's not what you think it is because it was altered from something else, or it was changed from this or changed from that. And that's the other thing about the purist scene. Like, it's hard to just have something that's completely authentic. And so I respect anybody who does and takes the time to have full-size cabinets and really care for them and whatnot. I respect all of that. But I think there is a place in the arcade scene for these 3/4 scales and the multi-cades. You know what I mean? I think there's a place for that makes it easily accessible. Let's be real, yo, we've all been that kid. If you grew up in the 80s and whatnot, and you seen Silver Spoons, you seen old boy have the freaking house with arcade machines, yo, that's what we wanted. And companies like atgames, Arcade 1-Up, iircade, they're giving us that ability. They're giving us the ability to hold our dreams. So to the arcade purists, I understand your argument, not invalidating it at all. But a man is measured by the price of their toys. And in reality, in the black and white world, whether it's a machine made from wood or from particle board, a machine's still a machine. Buttons press, joysticks get moved, yokes rotate, and steering wheels get turned. At the end of the day, they all function the same. That just is what it is. You're pretty much comparing one ribeye from one restaurant to a ribeye from another restaurant. Where if this one's A5 beef, it's a little bit, you know what I'm saying, more authentic. It's a little bit higher quality. You know what I mean? But it's still a ribeye. And in some cases, hell, the ribeye you might get at your local diner might be better than that ribeye you get from a fine dining restaurant. Just things to keep in mind. You know what I mean? Yo, but those are my thoughts. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Are you arcade purists? Are you okay with the arcade 1-Ups and the iircade and the atgames? Don't mention Toy Shop. Yo, are you good with that? Are you wanting to see more authenticity? I mean, like, out of the products that you're buying? Yo, let me know in the comments. Thank you guys for watching, yo. I'm MikeOfAllTrades. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. I mean, let's get a conversation going in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Anyway, that's the video, and yeah, I'll talk to you guys later.